I'm
Yeah,
clicking.
and I'm here.
I'm clicking the record button. We're going. We're live.
Thank you for waiting.
Of course. Who is the prankster? And I think it's Alec who clicked or checkmarked all the things
Oh my god.
and then left all the emojis. Meeting adjourned. Wow, Alec.
GG easy.
Easy meeting. Meeting speedrun. Okay. So I don't know what goal-oriented direction for a designer means.
I don't know, but I assume it means find a designer.
Okay.
Okay, and designer, again, what are we defining as a designer? Is this a graphic designer? A GUI designer? Like, what is this?
Yes, that should be established. I'm pretty sure what Guy meant was like for anything like branding related, so that could be like SouthHollow
Graphic
logo, that could be like little icons.
Banners,
Yeah.
websites, etc.
But we can categorize that in graphic design. Because it's going to need some sort of designing software.
Yeah.
It's not in-game Minecraft design. Who's eating the soup?
Yeah.
Martin, I think.
No.
I'm eating chicken pot pie. Leave me alone.
Okay.
We can send you. I can bring you some rabbit pot pie too.
You know, I'd be lying if I said I haven't had it already.
Okay.
It was fairly enjoyable.
Well, I'm guessing it's that the original thing for that is more of a guy thing. So I don't know if you want to wait for him to potentially pop in for that.
Just
Yeah, we can probably save it for last, maybe.
Yeah.
Have we like
survival creative.
did Guy say something about why he would not be here?
No.
If not, can can you give him a call?
Yeah.
Because generally he doesn't mind when we do that, so I would, but I'm driving, so.
Okay. Well, we could do the same thing for survival, wait for Guy. So I guess the next thing for that... Oh, things got changed around. Okay, yeah, creative. But I will wait.
Whoa, big retro.
Please leave your message for.
Okay.
Okay, I guess no answer. Okay. Thank you.
Let me just get Guy's number real quick.
That's why I ended the call before it happened.
Wait, you don't have him named on your phone, too?
No, I do. But
So
when
what
you
is-
leave a voicemail, it'll be like, voicemail box 4, phone number is available, unavailable, not set up.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess we can just head into creative right now. That is something I've had time to think about, and yeah. So I was mainly thinking about the transition from build onto creative these last few days, and it is going to be more complicated. Well, it's gonna be a little bit it's gonna be complicated if you want to do it. Basically, the player would have to.
Okay,
They'd have to log into the server. They would have to claim plots themselves. Like, for example, I want this in free build, for example. So they go into the free build server, and they would just claim a few plots around there. Then what they would do is they would request that in a Google form or something of the sort, that their build be transferred. Then a staff member would go to their build server world. They would copy a schematic of it. Then that schematic would be transferred onto the creative server and then pasted.
Okay, can I stop? Can I pause you right there, Martin?
Yes.
When a player claims plots, can they copy their plot and paste it in a new location, like within plot squared?
So are you proposing that we put plot squared per se on the build server,
No.
then transfer it over that way?
No, that's not what I was asking. If I'm asking if a player claimed a plot in a spot where they didn't want a plot, can they copy it to a different spot? Is that built-in functionality? I'm not.
Yes, you can move plot areas.
Okay, so you can move them. So couldn't we? Is the storage for plot squared, is that on a database or on a file?
I'm pretty sure you
Hard
can have it on a database.
You can go
Okay,
database
but right
or
now-
flat file.
But right now it's on a hard file. Okay, so could we not just? Could I just create, or could I just pull down the names of all of the? Make a collection of the folder names of all the worlds on build, and then just create a program that would go in and type the and like assign plots to all those names, and just add that to the file, and that would give them all plots. And then one task could just be someone going in and copying the schematics from one server to the other for all those files.
Still
I think the
players
hardest part would just be claiming all the plots, because you're not going to be able to get all the players on necessarily. Some of them won't return.
Yeah. Now, I don't actually think you can do that. I think I've tried that before, like claiming for another player. I don't remember what the issue was, but I remember there was an issue with that. I don't know if it was because the UID wasn't cached or the feature wasn't there, but there was an issue for that.
Okay, so I'm not thinking about actually claiming it in-game. I'm talking about, like, editing the file itself, because there's going to be a couple lines that indicate this plot is assigned to this player. Could I just write a program that would go in and add lines for every folder name there is on build? Because that's something I could do pretty easily. So if the file, like, if the file that has plot data, like, as long as it's not obfuscated, I think that I could just create a program that would just go in and assign a couple plots to every world name that's on build.
Okay,
And
well,
then that would just- okay.
there are hundreds and hundreds of players who have built something on build. Getting somebody to, like I said, go into the build server, go to the lowest point and the highest point in a cuboid region with all the stuff they've made, copy that, save it to a schematic, and then transfer that schematic file onto the creative server, go into the creative server, go into the player's plot, and then paste it. That's just way too much work.
And currently, the data storage for plots is SQLite, so it's a database file on the server.
Okay.
It's
And
not
that
a
answers
flat
that, because it's in database format, and I don't have enough knowledge about that to be able to go in and automatically add stuff to that.
Okay.
Okay, that answers that question. Thank you.
So I wanted to put it out there that I am considering, instead of making a whole new server, just not even adopting plot squared, but potentially just trying to optimize build the best I can, because I think that at this point we are put in a predicament where it is unrealistic to transfer all that over. We just cannot do that without data loss. And that's something that I don't necessarily want to do. And I think that having it where a player gets a whole world is actually really unique. I don't know of any other server that does that, like an actual whole world. And I think that it is a small thing, but yet an important thing that makes our build server different. So I am honestly cool to like fully commit to making changes that I would have made on creative onto just the normal build server.
So there is a lot that we can do to optimize build. Because when I had first started working on it, I had a ton of stuff that needed to be added, and then just build was not too much of a priority. So we got the basics going, and then left it with that. The main one being in terms of the build server, TPS and such being a way to unload a world when a player leaves, but still have it loaded if like a team member joins.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're not really in too much of a predicament with the world storage like space, because it really isn't taking that much storage space. It's more of just the resources that are involved with keeping hundreds of worlds loaded at once.
Yeah. I want to make a custom plugin to manage all that. And I think it can be done pretty easily. And that way, I think that would be the easiest way of doing things, to where you could add a team member and stuff like that, and you can restrict people from building in your world and stuff like that.
And
So-
then, so with it being per world, then you have a lot more customizations that you can do if it's per world. Basically, you have
Mhm.
world time, you have world weather. If we decided to do like some resource packs, it could be like per world stuff, or it could be like the Sky Changer plugin. That's per world. You have so much more customizations that you can do per world instead of per plot.
Yep. That's why, honestly, like I had that kind of thought today where I'm like, we have a really unique, like, creative server, and I don't think we should get rid of it for plot squared. Like, I don't know, it's just really good and unique. So yeah, some of the changes that will be coming will hopefully be that custom plugin. Medic, I want to work directly with you on what you want to see with that and how you want to do it. And also Fish, if you don't mind, if you have some time, probably I'm going to need some help with it in certain ways. Also, hi Dragon.
Hey, Dragon.
Ew.
Oh, sorry, I haven't even been looking at staff chat. Let me read. Let's see. So Rowan, that would take so long. Yeah, exactly. The squad. Da-da-da. Looking through them is such a pain. Yeah. So something I wanted to do is, in the plugin, it would cache like all the different worlds, for example. So you could go through a menu and like click through the different worlds, but it also might be cool to have like an item to where it would like load the world, then teleport you to it, so you could like cycle back and forth through the worlds, if that makes sense.
Yep. So you basically have a menu that has all of the currently loaded worlds, and then a separate menu that would have like all of the featured worlds or most popular worlds that are just basically always loaded, or not necessarily always loaded, but like you can't have a GUI with all the worlds possible. That would be way too much.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume you would have wanted to do it with just like the current online worlds, and then like the worlds you have access to, and then the worlds that are like the popular ones or upvoted ones. That
Yes. Other things I
guess
do. Other things I want to do is give players access to Go Brush, Voxel, Sniper, Go Paint, and all those other typical tools. Other things I want to see just like definitely in the future, but one cool thing I've seen in the build community is people actually building little mini games in their worlds and then having people come on to play it. Oh, Guy, what's good?
Hey, guy. One more thing that I would love to see on the build server. Again, I'm not quite sure if this would work because we have a network texture pack, but I would absolutely love to see a seasonal texture pack on the build server.
So
Like-
what would that include?
Okay, so there are, some build servers now are starting to do like seasonal texture packs for certain blocks or materials. Like specifically, I'll just give the example of like we've Halloween right now. So some build servers that a lot of people that I know play on have like changed like the watercolor to more of like the witch water color, and then like just basically have basically a Halloween themed texture pack. So like trying to create texture packs for build that are seasonal, to add a little bit more uniqueness into it that way.
Okay. I'm not sure if that would work, but
Okay.
I'm not against it totally.
Or I guess resource pack, not texture pack.
Yeah, okay. I just wish we could like send multiple packs to a client, but 'cause that would make it so much easier.
The
But,
textures of the VC are crying right now.
Even the Molly texture is shaking right now.
I regret teaching myself how to texture pack.
We may end up with no players in other servers if we do that. Okay, which thing were you referring to, Fish? Minigames and build. I highly doubt so. Like, well, no, I don't mean like we're actually putting the plugins on. I'm just saying that players are making their own like little games. Like for example,
So many games.
yeah, redstone mini games. We have people making parkour, like stuff like that, and I think that's cool. And I want to support people who are trying to do that. So eventually, I do want to try and give them like some control. Like for example, if a player's in your world, like force a certain game mode onto them. Nah, bro. Also, Fish, Steph, no mic. I don't want to keep switching channels. Yeah, so I think that build is in a place right now where we can do a lot with it. And so I think I'm ultimately going to change the creative issue to just be like updating build and making it better, and it's just gonna be good. Okay, is there anything else anyone wants to say about that? Oh yeah, Gustavo, I know you might be wondering about like plot templates and stuff like that, and I can still transfer like that sort of thing over.
Okay, so
Media interest.
okay, so you're gonna hit build, right?
Yes, for the different reasons stated, like transferring all the stuff over would be such a pain. That it's actually a really unique way of doing things. We're gonna give players like more control over what they have with that system.
That's not many worlds that need to be transferred, Mario.
Yes, you haven't even seen the amount of people who've joined.
80% are words with nothing.
Okay, 80% might be worlds with nothing, but you still have to go and check all of them. Like, I
I
almost volunteered just a few minutes ago that I would be willing to do that myself, but you don't I mean, there are so many.
how many worlds in total?
I don't have access to it right now, but would somebody like just to do a control all on the build folder
I got it.
just to see how many entries pull up? Because my guess would be a couple hundred at least, 300-400.
What is it called?
I think like
Creation.
oh my god.
It's called build.
Let's go India's build right now.
Oh, we still haven't renamed the folder. Okay,
Nope.
unfortunate.
440 directories.
Oof.
Okay, 440 worlds unit, and every single one. Sorry, whoever said that. That was
That's
Gustavo. Yeah.
not that much.
Bruh.
I was
Bruh.
expecting like 2,000 worlds. That's not that much. Like 80%, like it's probably nothing. That's a lot. So just like people playing and building on on their friends' plots, you know.
Okay, I mean, there is that, but I mean, I 100% agree with Martin that I love that each player can have their own world. Like,
I just
no
think
matter
that
what we
like
decided. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think that like losing creative, it's a big like waste losing creative
Okay,
because
but
creative.
what are we losing from it? The only thing that I think that we would be losing from it would be the road designs of plot squared.
And those have to be
Okay,
redone
so-
anyways, because if we're still going in the creative direction, we're not doing modern anymore.
That's the only thing that we would lose would be those road designs, because everything else would be put on creative.
Didn't
Like
didn't
every
Martin
single thing.
didn't Martin already try to like do perms on build and it didn't work?
That would be super easy to swap over. And he's going to be doing a custom plugin, so perms are going to be completely different.
Yeah.
Either way, even if it was on creative, perms would still be different because I would assume he would still want to do a custom plugin.
Yes.
What about the
Pretty sure there
resources
is a
of
custom
build?
plugin already,
Re-
just a base of
Isn't build
Resources?
taking? Okay.
Well, okay, the whole part about that would be like making sure not that many worlds are loaded at once.
But that's but Medic, that's a problematic because I can't visit all the worlds, you know.
Okay,
I can't.
so
Sometimes I can see.
So that's what I brought up, was that we could have a list of like the popular worlds that could be like in a menu to be loadable. And depending on how Martin makes his plugin, he might make it so that you could pull up every single world. They're all not loaded at the same time, but you could basically
Martin,
pull up a GUI menu and do click to join. It would start the world and let you join, and you could still visit it.
there's no thing as like popular worlds, you know. If the community grows, like the popular worlds would just like transfer from like other plots, you
Okay,
know.
Gustavo, you're really not listening to almost anything that's being said here. They were talking about adding like a whole new system and everything to see to see what world people would actually want to view. Like look at worlds that have a lot of people commonly going on it and that kind of stuff. And also adding a button that would let you cycle through each world, like in your hotbar or something. You could click it to go to the next world. Like it would be completely different than it is now. Like you seem to be thinking that it would literally just be build now, but no, like no, it would be like completely different. But everyone would just have different worlds.
And you're gonna add that to the hotbar, like how?
It's okay, Gustavo. It would basically be the exact same.
to the hotbar to make it cycle worlds.
It's going to. I would assume it's going to be basically exactly like creative is now, in like once we complete all the stuff with creative, except it won't all be on the same world. Each plot will be its own world. Therefore, you won't have to claim 20 different plots. You'll just have one world, and then everything else will be the same. Does that sound about right, Martin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're really not losing anything with doing it this way, Gustavo.
and you're not gaining anything.
Yes, we are gaining things. I mean, like I said, this is a unique thing that I don't think many other servers like do, like giving a player an entire world to be able to make whatever they want. And of course, we already have people making like a lot of stuff. Like was it like 440 directories? Like we're not transferring all that over. And you know, it kind of makes more sense. And I know that originally I didn't think so either. Like it was literally like earlier today when I kind of had a revelation in my head where I'm like, you know what, like we should keep build.
I would say that's not sustainable, you know? Like I heard, like build takes lots of resources. Like, what if the
Well, it's
player
because it's
pays
not like
50?
efficient. Like we haven't optimized it. Like
You missed the whole beginning of this conversation about optimizing build to where we can create creative on build and be better.
mm-hmm.
Mm,
That's essentially what we're getting at Atomicos, but not.
I think it would be interesting when it comes to scaling the system. Not to say this would be necessarily possible, but like, I know a possible concern would be like, oh, what if like SouthHollow got really popular and we had like 500 people trying to join? You know, obviously that wouldn't be necessarily scalable. But I think it actually would be if we had the worlds folder in like a common data directory almost, and then they could be loaded, like remotely loaded.
Okay. And just have multiple servers running.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. I was thinking exactly same lines. Common data folder. Say the server limit is 100 players. As soon as we get to like 90, start a second server running. Like, perfect.
Yep, pretty much.
What are those 3 arrows to Rowan? Or is that just to show? Oh, I excluded server stuff, so like the plugin directory and stuff might be making that a bit bigger number. I didn't say 140, I said 440.
Yeah, he did.
There's at least 400.
I have one more crucial thing I'd like to point out, I hope this solves all of the issues. If we were to convert build to creative, not everyone built their stuff in their build world next to each other. So no matter what, we're going to have data loss because someone might have built an island, then several hundred blocks away built another one. When we go in to copy that, I can assure you I will not be flying around trying to find other builds. I'm going to go to the main island and copy that.
Have, like 8, 9 different things.
Yes, so I can assure you that we are not going to do that. So I think that like almost closes that argument, because if there's any worlds that everything is not jumbled together, we're not copying that. And there are going to be worlds like that.
Also,
Yep.
I do think with the players getting their own world, they should have the option between a void world or a flat world.
That does sound, yeah, that does work.
Mm-hmm.
If each player gets their own world as well, they could set waypoints, like warps, and all that stuff, that for popular destinations on their world, which you would not you wouldn't be able to do that in a plot setting, I don't think.
Unless the
Like you might
plots
be able
work.
to have,
absurdly large, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool unit.
alright, units going ham on this modeling. The planes.
Oh, you notice the mini planes now?
Okay, are we good with creative, everybody? Or build?
I feel like we've gotten to hear a lot of what people have had to say, and if they have more to say, they can just comment on that issue.
Okay. Well, I think a good transition, since the unit is posting pictures of it, is to talk about Fish's war game, because I want to know more about that. He's having unit model some different things, as you guys can see in Staff Note Mike. There's a tank, there's a like battleship, there's all kinds of like really cool things. So Fish, tell us more about it.
There's an issue I can link for that one.
Okay.
I can screen share his little description you put on GitHub though.
Alright, I'll stop screen sharing then.
The one top column in the ideas is what Fish had wrote about it. So we have a proposed name of War Games. Game mode is based on strategy to win a war against a rival and or rivals, but have to conquer a map, upgradable assets, and it's using custom 3D models.
Countries based. Like, my original thing of countries wasn't really supposed to be for war, but more of just, I have the better town than you. But,
By the way, Marin,
yeah.
Shroom land.
Wordux keeps pushing you, and I'm trying to stop him from doing so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I want to know, like, how is the game going to work? So is it going, and this is for, like, everybody who has questions about this, like, do you all, actually also, do you have, or who is going to be, if you know, the co-leader, or whatever you call it, of person, lead, yeah, because you need, for approval. Fresh and real. So Fish, is this a plugin like you're making for it? Like you're actually like down to make an entire like thing for it? Okay, because you said that I only code review now, and this was like a couple minutes ago, and I'm a senior member of the development team. I place myself as senior dev. So I don't know if code review is making your own thing. All right. And yes, V2. If Ziggified ever updates the GitHub. He needs to start. Like, I know he's making changes to the code. I wish he would just make a dev branch and just update it. That's, I digress. So it's just, is there going to be like is it like an arena battle? sort of thing. Like, I want to know how the warfare is going to work. Like, what's the war system?
The way I read it, I was thinking more like a Civ conquer the map idea.
Okay, so people would have bases, and you would take your army or whatever, and then kind of annihilate it? Okay.
So like tile-based warfare, essentially.
I've played a game like that before on Minecraft. So like you'd have your own like base, and you would like go to other bases to annihilate them with like items that you'd get from. Would you get the items from? What I want to know is, would you get the items just from like dungeons or like naturally spawning like areas, or from like money? Is there like gonna be an economy?
It's a good question.
Fish is typing.
The fish is bubbling. Where are the
Yes.
fish? It bubbles.
Martin, refresh issue 41 because I really drug everything around.
Okie dokie.
I put similar topics next to similar topics.
Okay.
So like Clash of Clans meets Civ and Minecraft.
Clash of Clans. You said the funny. I mean, it sounds like Clash of Clans. Raid Shadow Legends.
I played that game unironically.
Would the like custom guns and stuff have like crafting recipes or like special crafting recipes? Like how would you get those custom guns and other things?
Nord. Yeah, there you go. Nord Express VPN. Yeah.
Only VPN allowed.
Okay. So I know you said it's gonna be kind of like it's gonna have aspects where I guess like a Civ game in some ways. How is that exactly gonna work? Like, do you have like an example, like screenshot, video, sort of thing? Like of how the warfare would work. No example videos. So like okay.
I'm thinking, so this is going to be like a strategy game, right?
That is what it is.
Seems like it.
Game mode based on strategy to win a war, be it against a rival or rivals.
Oh my gosh, Semi.
Is that what happens when an anvil
I'm
falls?
thinking of it of like no one here has probably played the game, but Empire at War, where you're just like going around controlling all your units and beating up everybody else.
Bullying the opponent. Okay, I saw a server that was not like that, but at the same time somewhat. Well, actually not like it, but it was basically like modern warfare factions in Minecraft. And I think it's like the Archon or Archeon or whatever big stupid server. They had some cool stuff. They had like custom textures, so you could build a base and you could build it out of certain blocks that would have like a certain amount of protection.
I believe it was called the Archon.
It's still a sea Archon.
Because I've been recruited by the top faction several times. So. I'm still a little bit. I'm well known as a good sugarcane grinder in the faction community.
If you watch that video that I just posted, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh.
As in, like, the strategy.
I just want to know how, like I think it's a cool idea, definitely, and I think it'd be really fun to play. I'm just wondering how the like above sort of view would happen. Like, would it be like tower defense? No. Like that sort of thing, where you're kind of like flying over it. Like the above view, like the video that Unit put, you know, like where you're looking over it, like looking over things and you're clicking, and that's where they're being deployed and stuff like that. Yes, sort of.
So are you going to be actively, like, you're in the game and you can, like, shoot enemies, or are you just going to be an above view controlling everybody? Okay.
So for the gun texture, is that, like, for the mobs? Battleship epic. We're not talking IRL. But it does definitely sound fun though. So would you like program, like, for example, you had like an army member would be like a zombie or like a few like different zombies. You would place down the zombies and they would be like programmed to attack like the nearest base. Would that be like a sort of thing? Or maybe not the base, but like the defense.
Would it be like Clash of Clans in that you have to, like, log on once every month to collect resources and then that's all you play? Or... Okay. Why me?
Oh boy.
This is so sad. Okay, so, like, whenever you start fighting or whatever, is it just going to be like you join an arena, somebody else joins the arena, you get, say, equal amount of troops and you fight? Or, like, I'm confused a little bit.
Sorry for the aggressive keyboard sounds.
war game story mode?
That's what color is your icon on GitHub? Red or orange?
I think it's like pink or something. It's like red.
Alright. I sent you an invite. You can check your email. I think we're all just a little bit confused, Fish, but understand that it's a board game. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the idea for now, I think that like it's good. I think we should just give Fish some time to like develop it a bit more. So once you've kind of like gotten some stuff worked out, you can make the issue, and then like let's say maybe like the next month meeting, we can like go back, and talk about it a bit more. Does that sound good with everybody?
that works
Sounds
for me.
good.
Okay. So, the next thing is what to document in the changelog channel. Yeah, so I wanted to bring this up because I want to let the community know like kind of what we're doing, but also like what we're doing in terms of like what well, not just game changes, like not just big changes. So for example, like, oh, TNT run version, this, that, or the other thing, and like here are all the big changes being made. I was also thinking like maybe doing it on a like every day, here are the changes I made, just so we can keep a log, and also so we can show players we're not just kind of sitting on our hands sometimes.
Well, that's generally what I do when I make a change. Is I'll post it, and if it's just the one-off, I'll wait till there's at least two.
Okay, for Fish, I think that
If that's the case, if that was the case, Toe, then if you make a change, it's very likely that I made a change, or Martin made a change. So should we then have a channel for staff that's dedicated to all the changes you made, and as soon as we have like say 2 to 5 changes, then someone post it, because you'll have a change, but that's only one change. So you don't want to make a whole message. Martin will have a couple. I'll have a couple. Could we just collaborate on that then?
Works for me.
yeah, because that's the sort of thing you're seeing in changelog. You can see today and yesterday. That's just like Martin's changes, for example. I just went over kind of the things I did, kind of as a experimental pilot. And also to get back to you, Fish. Yeah, I would say that's approved. If possible, whenever you can, see if you can get someone to kind of co-lead it with you. But I like the idea, and if you're going to make a plugin for it, then I think, yeah, you're greenlit for it. Let me find. Oh, jeez. And when you're ready to set up the server, yeah, me 6, guys. When you want a server set up, just hit me up.
Wait, hold on. Okay, what are you choosing me for? Sorry.
No, he said psych.
I know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what it was though.
It's for the war game.
Oh.
As a co-leader, because we kind of have that now, so in case the game
I mean,
dies.
you can't just choose someone like not out of their own free will.
Well, this is SouthHollow. It's different.
Well, that may have been what happened to you, but
Cry.
it's so sad.
You played different. Okay.
I like to play around and see what ideas stick. Like I've come up to like 3 different ideas for 3 different games. None of them have really stuck around, but like they're still there in the back of my mind.
Okay. Just because we are here, I do want to bring this up. Is Pixelmon like not gonna be a thing? Is that like fully behind us at this point?
As the story thing, yeah. As just like a normal Pixelmon server, I'm still up for that, but like I haven't thought about it in a while.
If your designer and collator are the same person, that's up to them. Yeah, I do believe Pixelmon is just not gonna work out.
Okay, then you don't have to do anything with that.
I'm totally fine with doing a story game, but just if Pixelmon, for example,
I really do want to do an RPG. It's just the struggle is real.
yeah, and just to cover.
Alec, because Alec's whole build style is very gothic and medieval. You can whip out a world.
Yeah. And even though Velocity does have support for like, Forge and stuff like that, it is, yeah, I've looked
keep
into
supporting your claim. I'm fine with dropping it.
Okay. I just wanted to give a reason as to why, but yeah, if we were to do another RPG game, like I know things of like or adventure or whatever were brought up, or survival or whatever it's going to be now.
Well, I don't think
So.
I don't think the name of it should be Adventure because that's a very generic name. No offense to anyone.
It's just what we refer to it as. I don't think it has a legitimate name.
Yeah.
Yep. Unrelated, but can you still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Fish says he doesn't want to enslave you. Interesting.
I would hope not.
Doesn't seem very British of him. This guy here. If not,
Guy's muted.
let's just knock down survival until gravity's not there.
I am not British. Oh, what?
Are you Welsh?
I have a dual citizenship.
Please, allez.
Mr. Mythic.
Guy, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm just at a party right now.
Oh,
What?
Perfect time for the SouthHollow meeting.
Yeah. Everything was closely scheduled. That's fine.
Wow. Be responsible. There.
I'm trying to be responsible. So how's it going, guys?
we
That's good.
did 3 topics.
Yep.
I was trying to get the GitHub to work on my phone, and I haven't got that done yet.
Oh. Well, there is a GitHub app you can download.
I got it. That's what I was like. I couldn't find my 2FA in my shit because I don't know if I have it enabled. I think I do, but I don't see it on my list, which I'm kind of nervous why it's not there. So I'll have to get on my computer and fix that.
I think the only people who can kind of like who can like if you were to assign them to code something.
Martin and Toe.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure other people do want to learn, and for those who do, I'm there to help.
I
would
pay
learn how
for
to
your
code.
Udemy course on Java if you wish to learn.
You need SP10
Iterations, iterations, and what was the other one? Oh yeah, arrays are one of my problems. I can't understand.
I gotta learn Python before I can learn Java, so I'm already like halfway through that.
Boris Johnson. I will
I'll have to
say,
get myself
like,
good again.
if we fish, or not to say if you have any friends who do coding, but like, if anybody knows someone who may be interested in doing some of that, like, that would work too, fish. Claim the Halloween hat.
Halloween hats look great in game, by the way, bro.
Sorry, what?
He was talking to Rowan, and everything's about you.
Nah, this didn't hear.
Damn. Put that further down.
How is that being racist, Rowan?
Well, Martin's not a taco, and you're a taco.
So
What?
That's not even true anymore.
I'm so confused.
Look at my icon's not even me as a taco, it's me eating a taco.
Oh, so you're a cannibal.
Even worse.
Yeah, you used to be just a taco.
Bruh. I mean, both iterations of the profile picture were made by the same person, which was not me, it was my sister.
So your sister is putting cannibalist propaganda as your profile picture.
No?
Yes.
Creep. I think the only creepy thing is when I messaged her. I don't even know what it was. It was like, it was that picture of like Medic's hot tub or something in the survival thing, and I was like,
Totally.
whatever it was, and I said something like, "Oh, I know you live." No, it was just like something like, "Oh, your brother's having a nice time," or something.
That isn't false, Semi. Martin is a bit creepy.
Yeah, I know I am.
What do you mean, says me? I don't. People live.
Not yet.
Bruh. That was Martin who did that video, so don't even say that.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
There is no plan. Like, we're not talking about me. I'm not a topic of discussion during the staff meeting.
You can be.
Let's make it a topic of discussion.
Yes. You showed up at Martin's window. You showed
Yeah,
up
I
at my
did that
window.
for the memes. Martin was okay with it.
Was I?
I don't know.
You
Are
never
you?
asked.
Martin was okay with yelling at those children, though.
Those damn kids outside my window. I don't like when people are outside my window.
We're not talking about me right now.
She has a boyfriend, not for long.
We're not talking about me right now.
Oh, Riley, can you please take that?
Screenshot his plan.
Riley, I'll
A new
let you.
topic of discussion.
Yeah, we'll keep Atomico's simping thing for another time. We need to. We have a lot to get through.
It's already there. It's already there.
Please no.
Hold on, though. Someone grab his plan from the Discord.
No, don't you dare.
Secure the package.
Secure the bag. Oh my god.
Make plan. Execute. Expect. Throw away.
Riley, can I put the Megan versus Sarah comparison?
No, you cannot.
Secure the bag.
Secure the
I
bag.
died so hard when I last read that.
Okay,
Stop
alright.
it.
It's enough clowning on
Seriously,
Riley.
stop it.
It's
I'm
enough
just I'm
clowning.
just straight up gonna go delete that right now.
Your screenshots. Okay. Alright. Atomico Storm! Who added that? Okay. So, next topic of discussion on the list is the plus stuff. Would
Straight
anyone...
up what, fish? I don't know about that part. Anyways, let's go. Let's get back on topic.
Plus.
Ayo. Personally, test is very accurate. Guns.
Yeah.
No, I was saying comedy.
Okay, so back to plus.
Yes.
I'm gonna quickly take a look and see how we have that set up in T-Bex.
We don't actually have it on the Tebex page to say you get 2 times the coins in NDS. We really should.
Well, I'm
To
more
go
concerned.
for a sec, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have fun.
I'm more concerned about our. I think that we should look at, or we should discuss. Right now, plus is just a 1-month thing. You buy it for 1 month at a time. I would kind of like to propose we go back, or I know that you guys are somewhat against like non-lifetime stuff, but since we already have it as only a monthly purchase, I would kind of propose we go back to a subscription, where people can cancel that themselves. But like for a player that actually wants to have it, they probably are not going to take the time each month to go in and buy it. And when it's not a subscription, there's also fees that take place there, so we're not actually getting the full amount. And yeah, it definitely needs more features inside of it.
I thought it was a subscription already.
No. I do not believe so.
Okay, well somebody should make it that.
Yeah, at one point we did have it as subscription, I think. But then I'm pretty sure we talked about it and we took that option off.
I don't know why that would be the case, because I'm definitely for subscription.
Please look at what Rowan has to say.
Yeah, someone, let's see. Yeah, the subscription option was disabled. I don't know when.
Okay,
Don't
Rowan,
show
I
it's
agree
disabled.
with you. What should Plus have that's within EULA and not scummy?
So maybe instead of a monthly, should we do like a 6-month thing or something? Like make it a reduced price, but have it be a year-long? Because I kind of agree that I mean, depending on what we have in it, that might not be as much worth it. But we could look at extending the length of the time and decreasing the price, therefore. Like, our reason for it being a monthly thing would be basically for a budgeting purposes, like how much can we spend each month on various things. But that's not really an issue right now because we aren't making anything. So I don't think that needs to be taken into account.
I want to bring up the fact that that's not actually necessarily why I wanted it to be a subscription. The reason I want it to be that way is because I want what we promise in it to be able to be fluid, because we might not always have or be able to provide the things in the package. So like, for example, countries. When people bought Plus, when we were doing countries, they wouldn't get those perks now because countries hasn't been online and isn't going to be online for a bit. You know what I mean? But they paid for that, and that was kind of part of it at the time, and that expectation would kind of be there that they would get those perks. So that's the main reason why I like it being a subscription, because then once that time runs out, there's no more expectation.
Yep. Okay, so I may have misspoken there. I completely agree with Martin that I disagree with lifetime as well. Or I completely agree that lifetime is not a good option because then we can't freely make changes. But I also want to
But we
agree with
can
Rowan that $60 a year is not
freely
worth
make
it for.
changes to it.
I mean,
With
yes, we can put on the
subx.
terms. I mean, that's true.
It's
But
already in the terms.
okay, it's already. But I mean, we're still gonna have the occasional person that complains, and because we're not getting donations currently, so I don't think it's like something that can really be talked about right now. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Wait, where is the terms that say that it is can be changed? I just want to make sure it's there.
Your web store. It was here. Do I have to put something in my cart?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I agree, and a small description would be advisable. And then I think I had the GitHub ready to go for like what we were gonna put for each server. So as long as if we do make those changes, I'd say we would adjust the price accordingly if there's more stuff added.
Okay. So currently it's $5 a month. With what we currently have, it's not worth $60 a year. So with what we currently have inside of it and changes that are going to be made, should we decrease the amount, but make it like a 6-month thing just for now, and then reassess after 6 months? Like, do we want to keep it at a 1 month $5?
$1. You know, and that'd be more of an incentive. Well, I mean, it's a rank at this point, but like keys, I'd say like if is a difference. It depends on what you guys want to go for revenue, like how frequent you want income.
Well, okay, so right now we're not getting anything. So obviously, our current stuff within it is not worth $5 a month, which that's true. With all the stuff that we added, okay, Rowan's saying stuff. Like, I'm definitely for switching it to a much larger time frame.
Yeah.
Obviously not lifetime, but I'm all for switching to 6 months or 1 year.
Maybe like 2 to 3
months for compensation, or no, not compromise. There we go. That's the right word.
Well, I'm just thinking of like trying to get just a larger chunk, but for a much longer amount of time. I mean, would like $15 for 3 months, like, is that really going to make any difference on our end? Or should we try to
Well,
push like
it's if we're trying to keep in the timeline of if it's still going to be these 3 servers still in production, if we're still working on hide and seek and create. Because if those 2 opportunities change, then that's where I would say we'd have to adjust. Huh? I'm in a meeting.
here, have a drink. Have a drink. That was perfect.
Oh my god.
Improve the rewards, subscription structure, 1, 5, 3, 10, 12, 30.
I mean, I don't even.
I mean, that works for me.
I don't even think that we should offer a 1 month currently, because like, in terms of trying to cover server cost itself, right
Sorry,
now.
say again?
Okay, I was saying that I don't even think we should offer a 1 month right now. A 1 month subscription offer.
Maybe like a couple weeks.
Well, no, like, I think the minimum should be a couple months.
Okay, can we look at the data on plan? And I want to see what is the average amount of months people play on the network. And then what we do is we see, like, let's say they play about 6 months. And what we could do is just be like, okay, well, let's say like 5 months. I mean, it doesn't really work too well because it's not like really even. But yeah, let's say like they played 4 months on average. And then we could have 3 months. So then they could pay for half that time. And then they would continue to play. So they would pay it again. And then they'd stop playing.
Okay, so I don't think... Can we actually track that? Like, see how long a player's been playing total on plan?
We might be able to.
I mean, I don't... Let's see, we have, No, I don't think that's part of it. Well, okay, there is a registered, but we can't see that in, like, a pie chart, a data. We can't see that in a graph. We have a registered date, though.
Hmm.
I mean, since the beginning of Plus, we've only made 105 of it. $105.
That's mainly been like our staff team just buying it for each other.
Yes.
Brody with 6, Blue Dog with 3, Driftin 2, Bungle Man 2, Pretty Witty 2, 111, 1.
So I'm, like, in terms of the actual... Back when we were doing the other subscription ranks, or before we had Plus, I would never get the package ranks because I knew that there was a fee. Whenever I wanted to donate, I would buy one of these subscription ranks for one of my siblings because I knew that SouthHollow was getting 100% of that. So we definitely need to switch to a subscription that's reoccurring, that we actually get the full amount and there's not a fee taken out.
Why is there a fee?
There's a fee when it's a package because it's a one-time payment. PayPal takes a fee. With subscriptions, I don't think
Ew.
PayPal takes a part of that.
Okay. PayPal and their grubby hands.
Of course, we could see if T-Bex has a cryptocurrency payment gateway.
Oh. Okay, what, like, I don't, like, most of the people who play on the server are younger. None of them have crypto, let's be fair. What is that gift, Brody?
Okay, so how do people feel about Rowan's suggestion there?
I don't disagree.
I think it works.
Yeah.
We just need a way for that to be like, I really don't like how T-Bex is laid out. Like, I really would like rather, instead of having it displaying each of them separate, I would love them to all be the same package, and then you just click on the, like, once you enter the package, that's when you select the time. And I know we can do that on TPEX, it's just not how we have it set up right now. We don't have it set up that way. Because I don't want us to have 4 different things side by side, or at least not the way it's set up now. If it was like a list and we didn't have a picture, that might be a little bit more reasonable. I'm not sure how you guys see the marketing webpage in terms of like what you think looks nice. But I don't think, since TPEX makes it so that we can only display 3 packages wide. If you have 4, you obviously can't do 4 pictures, or 4 icons or whatever on one row. So it either, I think, needs to be a list right below each other, or we put it in as variables like Toe is doing right now.
Okay. Something else I want to mention is we are currently using TEBEX. Does anyone else know about Crafting Store? That is a competitor to TEBEX, and I think we might be able to get the same stuff for less money using their service.
Well, I think we definitely get less stuff, or the same stuff for less money.
Yeah. And I also see the thing with TEBEX is I don't like their layout necessarily. Like, it does not feel modern, and it's kind of just
Is that where we need to go into looking for a designer?
Well, no, it's more of a like they have like a built-in thing. Like, you can edit the CSS for it, and I'm sure like me or Toe, like we've done that before, so we could,
The theme
poke
we're
around.
currently using is my theme.
Yeah.
Okay,
And I
can't you
think we got
just...
rid of the plan where I had the whole custom web page.
Can you add an option so we can buy Plus using the money on the Google Play? What do you think?
Is Plus still $60 a year?
What?
Well, you can see what Rowan's putting. I think we're going to change it to his thing where, like, if you commit to more time, the price will be reduced.
Alright, because $5 a month is a little.
Yeah, more of a concept sort of thing.
I just want to make sure that we can express that we know the value of it and we can give that value to the people.
Walls, am I right?
the walls. That looks pretty good.
I would definitely change it to say 3 months or 12 months or.
And then you can put like 30% off or like whatever in that too.
Well, it does say.
Infinite $5,000.
And okay, the only problem. So the only
Oh,
problem.
okay, I see what it is. So, I have to flip variables.
So the problem with us doing it multiple months with the subscription method is like, well, never mind that. It's not a problem. Right.
I don't know the math of the percentage off, so someone's gonna.
Rowan put it in. The 3, I'll just pin that.
I see it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You might want to put it in parentheses.
Never. I mean, it looks right. I know the 12 months is correct. That means this has to be set to 0.
When a player clicks on it, or when it show up in the web store is free though, when you first press it.
That's what I'm about to figure out.
It just shows up as nothing.
Okay, good.
You click buy, add to cart. It does say free, but if I set a price, it's gonna add money to it.
Okay, what says free?
But you click add to cart, and then it's like.
So what happens if you don't click anything? And press continue.
It won't let you.
Sorry. Okay. And then I think you should change that, or go ahead and change it to a subscription instead of a package if you have not already.
I don't know how the subscription works with variables though.
I think it stays the same. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the same way. It's just the subscription amount you're doing changes. Or we can test it, I guess. Try going back to general. Reoccurring payment. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, see. doesn't
So,
work with the variable.
if we do variables, we can't do reoccurring.
I'm perfectly fine with having multiple pluses next to each other. Because I have images that can replace the cat running. How do I change that?
Delete. The only reason why it was the cat running is because we didn't have something, and I had just found out that T-Bex had recently changed so they could accept GIFs, and that was the first GIF that I found in my downloads folder.
A classic.
The only reason why it's that.
And it was kept that way for a lot of time. Okay.
Which one for 1 month?
You are only screen sharing your what page?
Staff no mic.
Oh. Well, now I can't see the screen share.
Is it possible for this to be
what?
done later, just because it's kind of getting a bit late?
That's true.
We got a lot to get through.
You can still choose though. I'll keep working on it while talking happening.
Well, if we to keep it were to keep it all pretty similar, you might want to start with the with the silver shield.
Ooh, wait, what's that for?
Plus symbols.
Ah, okay.
2, 3, 4.
Yep. I agree. That order.
1, 2, 3, and 4.
Wait. No.
Well, look at what Rowan's saying.
Down from the top. I'm thinking 2, 5, 6. But that's okay. Go with whatever you and Rowan want.
2, 5, 6 actually looks nice. Okay. Back to meeting topics. I'm stopping my screen sharing.
No. You were screen sharing the meeting topics. I'm greatly appreciative.
You'll still see the topics even though I moved to tab out.
Yes, we can still see them. So now we get to actually talk about the adverts, right?
We can have messages in game, but I think and I can talk about it on stream. Besides that, I think we really need to make it good before we start trying to really push it.
Find replacement staff manager.
Yeah, that's probably important.
I volunteer Semi.
Yeah, he's a tester.
I would, if that's what we've moved on to, I would vote that we table that matter to a future discussion, or to a future meeting.
Do you think we'll be okay without a manager for right now?
I'm stepping in for staff management at the moment.
I mean, based off of stuff that is in chats that certain people can see, is that a topic that we want to discuss during that?
Well, no, the reason why I say this is because I'm okay with it because of the way we have everything planned out right now. We already have basically a future management already in that partition to find another manager if that's possible. So I'm okay with tabling the conversation.
I don't think we're going to discuss actually a management at this meeting. But what was discussed in leadership should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do they blow open with water? Do they blow open with water?
No, I don't think that managers blow open with water.
Oh my god, you guys. Sorry, my cousin was messing around with some Orbeez.
What?
Orgies.
Orbeez!
Is he filling a pool with them?
No, they got like a little cup.
It's really random. Okay. Yeah, staff managers are made up of water, guys.
Okay. Let's move on. If we voted to table that for a future meeting,
The actual management, yes, but
yeah. Are you talking about current like staff ranks?
yes.
That would okay. So moving
Part
on.
that you brought up specifically.
Moving on to promotions and demotions of certain staff members.
That was actually
Just hear distant guy laugh.
Oh, that was my
Very
cousin.
distant.
demotion. No one's getting demoted unless Medic is really tired of someone.
Seething in the back.
I keep my opinions
Yeah.
to myself.
I don't think anybody's getting demoted.
Okay. Well, when it comes to this discussion, I do want to put it out there that I really do appreciate the work that some individuals have been putting in, especially helping me get some servers working. We have Gustavo helping me quite a lot with TNT Run. He's really kind of been great working, we're redoing maps. Also helping to kind of set up, reset up some stuff. Like, he's been good at that. And Unit, he's been good at the Kingdom Rush. I've been sending him the different like config files, and he sends it back to me, and then he put it in there. We kind of test it. So he's trying to set up like the different mobs and stuff, and it's been cool. It's been cool to see people kind of step up and really want to help. I definitely appreciate it. So, if anyone kind of deserves a promotion, it is those two people.
I agree.
This time. Send it.
Mr. Shoes isn't online, so I can't change his Discord.
Oh, I'm an admin now. Cool.
May I just point out the fact that Semi is here even though he didn't have to be here?
Oh, it's all good.
Semi's lead tester.
Lead.
Is he?
tester. Oh, I need to go get my headset now that it should be
So
charged.
me and Soccer are lead testers. They're also the only lead testers, but
All right.
They lead the
good.
testing.
Well, congratulations, Gustavo and Unit. Definitely really appreciate the help you guys have been putting in. Now that you are admin, I have some stuff to go over with you that will help kind of simplify things.
You guys are in trouble.
I
What?
agree.
Can now be an effective co-lead.
Oh my god. Why is that the line?
This is so sad.
Tacos.
Ooh, helper application review. Don't mind if I.
Is there stuff actually in there? Oh, there is.
think that we need to turn off in-bed perms during staff meetings.
People have a little bit too much
That's
fun.
probably a good idea.
If people want to move to the underground ex-council Discord, they can. But okay, so do we want to move on to applications and, well, yeah, just applications?
We don't have access to the tester application folder.
Why so?
Because Badger hasn't gone back
Yeah.
to me on adding me as editor to it.
Well, no, there was
Oh,
a
shit.
link. There was a link that like it automatically adds anyone who clicks on it.
Where?
Okay,
It's in tester application review, I think.
I don't know where that channel is.
Tester application
I'll
review.
ping you in it.
There it is. There's no link in it.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a search from Badger, and then see what.
Oh no, I think it was actually in bench. I think it was in community. Yeah, it's there. It's under community, under management team.
Oh. Heck yeah.
Let's go.
Tester application. Yes, that did work. Wow.
There's really only been one new one.
Okay. Do we have a date? Oh yeah, submitted 9/5.
Go to the most recent.
9/25. The most recent one was a month ago. Oh wait, for which one? Tester or helper, guys?
Tester.
Okay.
There's really only one new application. Tester.
Helper apps are closed at the moment anyway, so no new ones are there.
Okay.
Are any of these people still active?
Can you put it up on your screen share?
It opened in the wrong tab. Wait.
47.
I do want to put out there that due to this whole application thing, how do you guys feel about us moving all SouthHollow related files into the ownership of the SouthHollow Gmail?
That's
Like,
cool.
That's a lot of
every
files
Google-
I have to
Yes.
share.
I would get that, but it would just be a transfer
Medic.
ownership to the SouthHollow Gmail.
Medic.
Yes.
There's so many.
Okay, how about just putting them all in a folder? And
They're already all in a folder.
okay, is there a way to transfer folder, like, or at least folder share access to the SouthHollow Gmail? I'm not sure, just because most of us have been hosting these files or folders on our own accounts and then just sharing them out. We do if we don't have a central part, like a central Discord channel dedicated to all these files, it would be really nice if there could be a permanent connection, either
All of
file
the important files
ownership
are
or
linked in
share
the
to the
handbook.
SouthHollow. Okay. That would work as well.
I mean, they're already all in the handbook. Some people didn't have the handbook because the link was messed up.
Yeah, Fez, I would say that Wordex, he does seem to want to test things, but we are not going to
I don't even think
edit
he's
the
old enough
rules
to be
just for
on
one
Discord.
person.
Bitty. A wee little lad.
He's younger than a wee lad.
Yeah, Tomikos.
Did I ask for your commentary?
I mean, you're in a voice channel, so.
I'm down for that topic.
Weredux is a she?
No.
Who's 6?
The conversation just totally got diluted when I threw Megan in the mix.
We summoned fish
Seriously,
back.
seriously,
Yeah, for
seriously,
real.
Martin.
I just know it's just somebody said who we talking about now. I just said Megan.
I haven't mentioned her name in like this weekend at all.
The plan.
The plan.
.png.
Stop with the plan, jeez.
I could add the plan to my texture pack.
E. Secure the bag. I just saw lightning. Do you see that, Riley?
Yes, I've seen it all day. I'm upset because I need to do my virtual PE stuff, but like I don't want to do a core workout. But that's kind of the only thing I can do. Oh my god, just shook my whole entire house.
Really?
Just don't shake your house.
It was the lightning, dingus.
I haven't heard lightning in so long. It's so sad.
I didn't hear it strike.
I don't know what type of lightning y'all got that shakes y'all's houses.
Ooh.
What
I'm
do you
starting
mean,
to feel
little
it.
boy? She's like 5 feet. I'm like 5'11".
I have lightning that tries to murder me.
Not 6 feet, haha.
At 6 feet. Skill issue.
At least I'm not insecure and lie about my height.
6'4". I'll show you
I mean,
my
that's
driver's
fair.
license.
Okay, so what do we think? I'm guessing crafting store could be for another time. I just wanted to put it up there
Didn't.
Brody is not sane.
as a topic.
Done. Done. We're here. Those are closed. We're here.
Oh yeah, helper applications. Have there been any new ones?
They're closed. There can't be new.
Oh yes, that's okay. I forget about that.
Use your brain.
Soccer
alright?
is the traffic cone.
Yeah, I love Soccer's profile picture. It's great.
I'm gonna stop being raised.
Dude, seriously. I am not a racist.
Yet.
Ever!
This is over part.
Okay. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah, we probably should.
Apparently, according to everyone, I am the topic.
Always have been.
An intellectual.
Someone got a message on their phone.
Okay.
Yet what? I didn't say yet. That was Marin.
Yeah, it's a big funny joke.
We already covered the next topic. That was at the very beginning. If Guy is busy at the party, we probably cannot cover that yet.
Wait. By the way, where's
Shush,
the tester
medic.
applications? Like,
They're
where's
right
the
here.
link?
Stop us hunting for the tester apps.
So is
No.
Mystery Prime? Are we gonna look at their application?
I mean the link.
No previous
Oh.
games. Discord.
Also,
Give the link.
can you scroll back up to the name? I'm gonna do a scene on them. See my scene.
Mystery Prime.
Mystery Prime. Oh.
Prime is full caps.
Was on less than 1 day ago. So is a recent player. Let me check plan.
15. Each checks out. Has prior experience.
$172 sessions, 2 days, 7 hours of playtime in the last 30 days.
Damn.
Favorite server
It's-
survival.
it's- I would say that that's well. Ooh, that's the only thing is
They
that.
hang out with sus.
So, this person is one of our most active people. Yeah, this person is one of our most active players. I would be.
Does
Yeah.
have prior experience mean Gabby Simon prior experience, or
Hey, guy, can you mute? Sorry.
What's going on with the guy?
I don't know. He's in team 1.
How do you? Oh, you moved him.
Yeah.
Okay. How can you tell? Okay, favorite server. I see that. In terms of testing and such, is their activity index is very active, so they are one of our most active players. They have 2 days of playtime in the last 30 days, basically. They do spend the majority of their time on survival. Are we specifically? I mean, I'm all for accepting this player as a tester.
I mean, but
I
Yeah.
wish we could see a little bit more.
I've been on survival when they're on, since I'm on survival a lot. They're very active. But they do hang out with a bit weird people. I don't know. I had to not really warn them, but I had to verbally warn some of the people that they were hanging out with, because of they were being really weird in chat and making everybody uncomfortable. It wasn't a full warn. Yeah, basically being sus. And so they do hang out with those people, but other than that, I don't know. I'd say wait some time maybe. They do seem very active. I don't know how long. When was the? Are we able to see when they
welcome
first
back, guy.
came in the server?
Okay, so they first joined SouthHollow, January 2021.
January 2021. Okay, I'd say maybe accept them. I don't know.
And I would like to point out that so I did find the server to see how much they actually spend on each server. So they've done a day on survival, and 17 hours on NDS, 6 hours on build. That really is a good. That is a good amount of. Oh, I can't
They
think.
seem like a
Sorry,
good
guy. They have a good bit of experience throughout the network, so
yeah.
it's not
And
100% survival. It's 50% survival.
So how's their experience though? Their former experience.
It's
What were they doing?
Screen share.
Discord won't let me.
Okay,
watch.
Toe, can you? Oh,
okay.
yep. Can you move to? Did you have plan pulled up at one point? I'm not certain.
I did not.
Yeah, you did not. Okay, I'll start screen
So
sharing.
they're part of a server with their friends for the public, but they're working on it, and it says they fix bugs. So that's
I don't really know. I think maybe. I kind of want more info before I make my decision on because I mean, I don't really know. I think they'd be one of our better picks, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's the only pick right now.
Yeah.
Sign,
Only
right?
pick right now.
So I'm sharing the screen breakdown or the server breakdown in terms of what servers they've been on, and I think that's a very good. I mean, if we don't count in experience, I think that's a very good split between build,
Yeah.
NDS, and survival.
If you guys think it's good, then I feel like they should be able to get tested.
I think they deserve at least an interview.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. I don't know. Are they in the Discord? By any chance?
I don't think they listed a. I don't think they listed a name. Discord name.
Instant invalidation of application.
It's a required one, so yeah, they did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they haven't been active in the Discord. That's like the only thing that I'm a bit wary about, since I haven't been seeing that kind of username just around in chat. That's like the only thing I'm like kind of meh about, but other than that, they seem like a good pick.
Okay. If we're concerned at all about player kills, they've had 35 player kills in the last 7 days.
The only thing they've asked about is can I
Oh.
suggest hats and how to submit them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't seem active in the Discord, which is my only concern right now.
It keeps moving me, dog.
They shared a link to 100 memes and one song in 10 minutes.
Wait, sessions? That's a nice sessions page.
Yes,
Got
it
that.
is very helpful. I love the calendar.
I don't actually know how to get to that calendar, or at least I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you go to the player, select the player, you click on them, and then you just click sessions. And then you get everything they... Oh, they killed Gustavo. September 28th.
He probably deserved it.
Also, hi, Stalker.
Oh.
Time to
Well,
do
damn.
some research on Martin.
Wait, what?
I know I haven't been on in 10 days, but what is your sessions page?
Oh, I'm scared to say.
My play activity has just dropped in the last 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
Hey, sessions. It's taking some time to load. Okay, I've gotten us off topic. I apologize.
It's all good. Yeah, a lot of sessions.
I feel attacked.
What?
I'm sorry.
He
I
said
have
he
seen
feels
something about being
attacked.
anemic.
I heard he killed a sack, and I was very confused.
What?
I mean, in weed terms, you can kill a sack, but
Oh my gosh, I am the second most active on SouthHollow, only being beat by Gustavo.
Wait,
Checks
what?
out.
Gustavo,
It
stop
is
playing
what
so
it
much.
is.
I'm probably like fit.
Let's
can
see,
check that.
Guy, you...
Player activity. Oh, whoops. Just click the activity index. It's Gustavo, Martin, Paleo, Alec, Ghost, Ben, Soccer. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
That's why
Yeah,
it's
Is
the
this
most active.
total, or is this for the month?
This is activity index. Total.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Gustavo, you have like triple the playtime that I
Somebody
have.
help.
Oh my god.
He's got like a month on every server, and that's pretty much including hub.
I would like to point out, guys, that okay, formulate thoughts. Okay, network online activity. Last 30 days, 1,000 players, and
Wow.
we started that. About 29 days ago. So that is pretty accurate to our last 30 days.
So how do we get them to stay?
Because 1,000 players is a lot of people.
It's so weird thinking we've got 25 new ones in the last 24 hours. It's like, one person an hour. I am, like, in the overview page, it is nice to be comparing the trends from week to week. And in terms of our, like, it doesn't necessarily have a trend for player retention, or it might, and I might just not know where it is. But we do seem to be increasing in terms of our player retention is increasing. or at least long-term retention, not just has rejoined once. This would be rejoined multiple times.
Medic, I'm gonna send you the
Because
thing.
I know that there's a one-time retention, has the player rejoined, but
That is for
So
the
when I-
whole network, and I think that is yeah. That's based off the activity index for them, so it is accurate. It's not just one time.
okay.
So as we can see, we do actually have a lot more. We have consistently new people kind of popping on, but we do see people becoming more inactive.
We see people becoming more or less inactive.
Yeah, so I would say we've been on a decent trend, but it is kind of slowing down in the right direction, but not to a too concerning degree.
Oh,
Still mod.
seriously, stop. Whoever's moving me to Team 1, stop it.
Okay.
Killed soccer. So overall, the player-based development has been in the right direction.
It's okay, I'm just trying to participate, and the only way I can right now is to mute myself.
You were saying, Martin?
Yes, so player-based is going in the right direction currently. However, it's definitely not to where we want it to be in some ways. So I think that in terms of like advertisement and stuff, I don't think we need to do that, and I don't think we need to focus on any of that probably for a long time. I think we're being consistently carried by those like popular MMOs and like all these other different content creators videos who are just really big, and that's constantly giving us a flow of players, which is honestly pretty great. I can't think of many other servers that are in a position like that where they're getting constant players, because we are getting constant players. The only thing we need to worry about at this point is just continuing to make the games better, improving the content on the server, then hopefully having a retention system in the game to get people coming back. Because right now the players are like if SouthHollow was a bucket, we would have a hole. It wouldn't be a huge hole, but it would be a hole, and we want to do what we can to patch that.
Okay.
This hamburger. The thing is, you guys are getting it wrong. It's Vexel Games was a burger, SouthHollow was a person. Guess what happened? Anyways, I digress. Do we want to talk about how we want to start retaining players, or is that going to be for another time?
I feel like that's
I mean-
a topic that can constantly be in discussion.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's the basic like make our games better. That's a big part of it. And then there's the whole discussion of, do we provide a daily incentive for logging in? Like, do we have going back to like the SouthHollow Sapphires, like every day you log in you get one, and then you can redeem them on certain stuff. Like, do we go back to a daily login system? Do we go into actually make use of plan's activity index, and like every week we take the top 10 players or something, and give them a reward. Like how can we reward player activity?
Okay. So I really like the way the Hive does it. I think if we had a system which is basically like a questing system for the network, where it's like, okay, you log into SouthHollow, you go to the quest NPC, and it's like, hey, if you play or if you win 5 natural disasters games today, you can get some Sapphire. And it's that sort of thing. So there's going to be daily and let's say weekly quests you can complete. And I think that'll be enough.
I think that is very easily said. Like, it would be simple for us just to grab the NDS MySQL placeholder, attach it to a head database that can track your daily wins. Our issue is our issue has not been making those like tasks. Our issue is how do we reward those tasks? Like, I really don't think we've ever had an issue with creating them. We need to think of ways to reward. If that's hats, then I think our first step is to make the reward and then make the tasks. Because making the tasks is the easy part.
Ooh, that thunder is rolling in.
Oh my god, I just felt it too. It's very shaky.
Yeah, I heard it through your mic.
It's very shaky.
Yeah, man. I think my house is built better than yours because it's not shaking for me.
Ooh. Or maybe he's further away from it.
That's true. It can't be that far away. Like, we are in the same...
I just heard it on your mic, so I'm assuming it's coming.
There you go.
I can hear a plane on one of your mics.
That's mine.
Yeah,
It's because of where we are. Take cover! Yeah, the plane's gonna crash into us. Anyways. Back on topic.
Ooh, I like that suggestion, Rowan. Another NDS relaunch on Christmas.
I'm down.
Ooh. I just think we should get like... I think that we should get rid of the scoreboard on the side, like that shows wins, or if we have it, I really think that we should make use of, like, in the lobby I have the daily wins. I really think that we should not be advertising the lifetime wins to everyone. I really think that what needs to be showing to players is the daily, weekly, and monthly. Like, I do think that somewhere on the network or on the server you should be able to go and look for lifetime, but I really think the stuff that players should see is the daily wins. So if we're going to have a scoreboard on the player's screen while the game is running, that needs to be daily wins, not lifetime wins.
I agree.
I also agree.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost demotivating because people want to try to be on top, but they can't because freaking Gustavo is like all the way up there.
Yeah.
Or
Sorry,
whoever's on top
Gustavo.
right now.
But yeah, I would be much more motivated to play if that scoreboard was just deleted or switched to something that's a little bit more tangible. Like,
And instead of, I don't even know what it is it like the golden fez, or not the golden fez, but golden fedora, I think is, like, if you get on top of the leaderboard, and instead of that, just be for the top of the leaderboard for the month. That makes more sense. Because Gustavo's gonna get it every time, and just keep it.
if we switch off of lifetime wins completely, then we don't even have to have NDS resets. Like, we can have a accumulating lifetime leaderboard. I think that is perfectly reasonable. But we have to have resets if the scoreboard that's shown to all the players all the time is a lifetime one. And along with that, I'm not sure if Zigified is already tracking this, but one placeholder I would like to see is a games played and a games won. That way we can actually do a win-loss ratio. And I've gotten a lot of questions from players about, like, is there a way to see how many games they've played? And he might be tracking that, I don't know. But
I'm gonna interject for a second here. I feel like if you remove the lifetime leaderboard, it kind of completely ruins any sense of like long-term progression in yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I'm-
it should still
I'm-
stay somehow. Like
Yeah.
in
I
slash
think it's more like-
leaderboards, there should be like different leaderboard, like how we have it in TNT Run. There should be multiple like little leaderboards for like daily wins, monthly wins,
But
whatever.
I don't know. I feel like the lifetime thing being there is an incentive because I remember like a few months ago, Ferno got on and grinded his way out to beat Gustavo as like
Yeah.
a reason to play the game. Like some people look at it as like demotivating. That's why it's supposed to be reset somewhat frequently. But some people also look at it as something to work towards.
Yeah, I feel like
think
there's
the
just
point for that. I think the point for that would be what's the actual percentages involved there, because if I was just, I mean, I would assume that there's a lot more people that would feel better about a daily leaderboard there than a lifetime.
But
Now that's just my
daily
personal opinion,
leaderboards
but
do nothing to.
I think that we should get like a poll out there, because we definitely need to display the lifetime leaderboard. I don't think that's what should be in players' faces 90% of the time.
I mean, it's barely even shown.
But of the ones that are shown, I have the one hologram in the lobby, which is shown. The lobby time is what, 20 seconds? And that is only shown if you're facing its direction.
Well, yeah, but when you actually play the game, you don't even see it. Like one of the things that gets replaced by the stats stuff. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, but the issue with having no resets also is that hats need to be reset because it is completely impossible to keep up with a constant stream of making new hats. So if you didn't have resets, which is what you brought up before, if you remove the long-term lifetime leaderboard, then it would be completely impossible.
Then make the hats temporary. I mean, that would be a pretty.
I don't think people would like not have. No, event hats won't reset some. I don't think people would like buying temporary hats.
But they technically are temporary already since they're going to be reset when the season resets.
That is true.
Yeah, they're temporary, but not like buy this hat and it goes away in 2 months. Like that just doesn't seem.
How about
right.
not 2 months? How about like a year? Just make a way for them to
But
be.
then wouldn't it just be
rebought.
simpler to reset at that point?
Okay, if you reset, then you're gonna have players that are upset that they're losing their stats, that they worked so hard to get those stats. Like, we're gonna have people upset either way. Like,
But the way you're doing it, there wouldn't even be stats to accumulate. Like you wouldn't have stats to have.
I think we should totally still display the lifetime. I just don't think that should be the primary one that's displayed.
I agree with Medic.
Think about all of the major servers out there. The primary one that's displayed to players is daily and weekly and monthly. They always show lifetime ones, but is that like right in the middle? Like,
It shouldn't be the primary.
I think if we get big enough, I think that that's definitely something to relook at. But while we're still trying to grow players, setting the bar that high is not going to help us with player retention. I mean, there's it might help a couple players. It's not going to help the majority though.
Yeah, I agree. And I also want to see a pedestal of, let's say, like the top monthly players or something, like we have on TNT Run in the NDS lobby. I think that just seeing the actual players really incentivizes trying to get to the top.
And not a pedestal of a daily. This would be a pedestal of a monthly, because that's something that needs to be it needs to be like a harder thing to earn to kind of keep the lifetime thing going.
Far with like monthly, I think daily is way too short to even have a league, if I'm being completely honest. Because there's some days where there's like barely anything on.
Yeah, it should be weekly or monthly.
Yeah, I think weekly and monthly should be lifetime.
I do agree with that.
Okay, how about, so what if the ones that we actually showed, the primary one we showed to players, what if we made that I still think monthly is a bit too long, but I don't think weekly is a good number. So the primary one we show to players, what if that one was monthly? The one that's primarily the one that shows in game would be monthly. The one that's shown in the lobby, like the primary one in the lobby, would be weekly. And then the one you use for quests would be weekly or daily. Like quests were like win 5, and that actually would not even necessarily need to be a leaderboard, but we could put like the daily wins in like hub or something. It's just that's not going to be advertised in NDS.
I mean, like you mentioned a poll earlier. I'm not sure like how many people see that number and are like no longer incentivized to play. Like I feel like I don't know. We have no way of we have no info on it. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, just out of the staff, we could do a quick poll of the 10 people here. But yeah.
I think the issue here though is that it's really out of everyone in here, not many people even really play NDS a whole lot.
Okay, at one point or another, we've all played NDS a lot. We might not all do it right now, but I can guarantee you that at one point, we all were very active on NDS,
but
just looking through this name list.
If you played and were active in January, then there's no incredibly high goal that was looming over you the entire time.
Okay. Your argument is the whole lifetime wins. Is that that should be the goal, right? Lifetime wins were a thing in January. They've been a thing since the creation.
No, I mean they were a thing in January, but in January it was right up to the reset, so it wasn't like everyone would look at the board and then get depressed. I don't know. I feel like we just don't know, what the majority of the player base actually feels about.
I think something achievable like weekly or monthly makes the most sense, because I know that I am personally demotivated when I see something that's just totally unreachable.
9,876. It's definitely cool to be able to see the lifetime, but I really disagree that should be the primary thing we're showing players.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that players should be able to brag about, so it does need to be somewhere, but it should not be the thing that's showing when the game is going.
I guess to me it just seems like when you push that out of the main focus, you're almost punishing players for being the people who play the most. They don't get to brag about their survivals nearly as directly. It just seems like something that isn't as good for the more dedicated players in the community.
Well, I'd like to point out that NDS is a minigame, so our focus is not the players who play the most. That is I don't want to sound rude here, but that is definitely not the focus. Because our top 10 players are not our primary focus. On survival, our top 10 players are not our primary focus. If anything, the top players are the ones that are making it harder on everyone, because we're having to adjust the economy to be able to still match with them and everyone else. So we're not basing anything off the top 10 players. We're trying to get something of the lower, we're trying to get an average, which is nowhere near the top players. I mean, does that make sense? Or is that completely uncalled for?
That makes sense. But the issue I have with how would you do the golden hat then? Would it be at the end of every month who's at the top gets it and keeps it? Because the issue with that then is that the same player will probably get it every single month.
Well, that would be the same thing with lifetime.
No, because 15 people have it.
How would it? Okay, so
lifetime, you keep it once you get it.
Okay, so you keep it once you get it, but okay, that means that each. Okay, let me put it this way. That means that somebody at one point had to be the top player. And so, if we did it on a monthly basis, okay, actually, Golden Fedora could still be on the lifetime one. The Fedora could still be on the lifetime one. I'm perfectly fine with the Fedora still being on the lifetime top. I just think that the list we're showing players on the scoreboard on the side of their screen should be monthly. because that's a little bit more of an attainable goal. Like, I'm perfectly fine with keeping the golden fedora on the lifetime one, because we'll still have the lifetime statistics.
I'm fine with like monthly and stuff being like the leaderboard shown, but I think if there's a pedestal, I honestly think it should probably be time.
We can't I mean, should we have both a pedestal and a hologram then? Because that seems a bit. I was trying to get to a point on one of the earlier topics, but I've forgotten since then. Oof. Yeah, I mean, 10k wins a year is not that much, Gustavo. But I just don't think that with our current player base, we're trying to, our main, okay, again, we keep restating this, our main focus, player retention, player retention, player retention, which means our main focus is the new players. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. That means our main focus is the new players, not the old ones.
I mean,
Which
I
don't
think know that a lot of the players joining don't see high leaderboard numbers and see it as a goal. Like, us in this call is not representative of what the average player feels. We have no idea. We don't know.
Get rid of my idea about daily. Like, daily, I'm fully fine to throw that in the trash. That we can get rid of that, and I can switch the leaderboard in the NDS lobby right now to weekly or monthly. Just get rid of that. But I just think because our primary focus is player retention, which means the new players. I don't think that lifetime. Just going back to that, I don't think that lifetime is the one that we're like. Should be you need to reach this, like you need to get to 10,000 wins or 5,000 wins to even be recognized.
Here's my issue though. If you look at monthly, let's say you look at Gustavo's 10,000, right? Let's just average it out to like 1,000 survivals a month. That number is literally just as unobtainable. It's literally just as hard to hit, so it doesn't make it any easier.
Because no matter what, Gustavo is still going to be doing that many per month, which is going to add to his lifetime. That is true. Gustavo,
1,000 means it's just as unobtainable for a new player to get. Like, it doesn't make it any easier.
But they also know that player has only gotten 1,000 wins in the past 30 days. Whereas lifetime, for all new players don't know how often NDS resets. They might think that it took them 2 years to get to the eighth place.
Yeah, but they'll quickly start playing and they'll realize that hitting 1,000 a month is nearly unobtainable anyway for most people, and it will make a difference.
But our issue is player retention, new players, not people that have been playing for a while, or that get playing. Our primary concern is people that have just joined for the first, second, or third time, right? I mean, that's what player retention is.
They play like 10 games and they realize, oh, this is literally going to take me forever anyway. They probably won't even have a different opinion.
I think the point is having smaller numbers is more friendly to players.
I mean, you could change it, sure, but I just feel like making these small adjustments won't do absolutely anything. That's probably my main point there. I don't think it'll make any change at all.
But does it hurt to do them?
I mean,
it may hurt in the future.
It might hurt the core player base we have. I don't know.
I mean, we're not saying we're getting rid of it. It'll still be there. Just not in
I know,
your
but
face.
if it doesn't help, and if it makes the core player base's experience worse, then that's
how would it make it worse having
not worse,
the
but less
lifetime survivals
desirable.
not on the sidebar?
The same way it would make it better. They like to actually see what they're doing and have people know what's up.
I think what you're concerned about is that players are going to lose their bragging rights for the lifetime. Is that it?
I mean, kind of, and that's not like all.
But the thing is, they're not, because their stats are still going to be there, just not displayed on the sidebar. The stat will be somewhere else displayed.
I gotta ask, does Hypixel, not to say that we're copying them, but I don't think Hypixel has the lifetime.
I don't think Hypixel
They
has
do.
many
They do?
stats
They
in most places.
they
All of
do
Hypixel
have
You
has
add
hidden.
lifetime.
elsewhere. It's like the fourth clicker on the leaderboard. Whatever. It's not
Yeah.
the first one.
Or this, I mean, it's the last click. And also, we have to think about Hypixel has they have an active player base that like will like it no matter what.
Well, they have
aren't
millions
worrying
of players.
necessarily about, yeah. So
They also
we
have
don't.
an interconnected API where you can view stats from anywhere.
Yeah. Our problem is the new player experience. It's not like. I mean, we're not worrying. The bugs that are an issue are issues for the old players that have been here for a long time. If our goal is to appease players that have been playing SouthHollow for a long time, okay, we can't necessarily grow, like we can't say our focus is growth while still maintaining our old traditions. Like that's going to contradict each other. So I mean, we kind of have to go one way or the other. Is our focus on being small and keeping our core player base, or is it growth?
Yo, sorry, I gotta go for like 15, 20 seconds. I'll be back.
Okay. 'Cause I'm pretty sure that like 100% of what I've heard from people has been like growth, because it's been like we've been talking about player retention, trying to keep our new players. Like, I definitely think that, yes, a year ago, I think it was very likely for majority of the team was focusing on our core player base and not on growth. Has our goal switched to growth and trying to get new players?
I think the goal is trying to transition people who don't come on very often into active players. Not just active, very active players. A sort of like, I want to come on every single day type of thing, if possible. Like, sort of like you build a routine, that sort of thing, where it's like, okay, like after school, I want to play SouthHollow, and I want to do 3 quests and get my Sapphire, and then through the Sapphire, I can earn XYZ perks. And like one thing that could be interesting, this is a kind of crazy thought in some ways, but this like throwing it out there, if the network was, if we had a more consistent player base, like we had lots more people like actually coming back, to where the numbers were a bit like more, I guess, inflated in that way. A cool thing we could do is SHC, as I'm calling it, and it's basically like, think of like Minecraft champions, that kind of like big thing for the YouTubers, but something that like players can actually participate in. That's something we host like let's say every month, and let's say like one of the things you can spend your Sapphire on is a slot in that competition.
Okay, but the issue with that would then be, what would be the reward of that competition?
I mean, if it was like monthly, like
Bragging rights? We're not big enough to do bragging rights.
well, I know, but like if it was monthly, like that's only like 12 times a year. I don't think like maybe like I don't know, like $10 or something as a reward. Like, you know, there could be a
Just for a
monetary
top
reward
player?
for it. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, but like something like that would be, you know, nice.
That, I mean, I'd be okay with, like, I would be fine with chipping in on a monetary reward for the top player for a monthly competition like that.
Because if we kind of get those players to spend a lot of time on the network to then get that Sapphire, to then participate, I think the monetary reward makes sense. And not just having it for like a random event where anybody can join, you know.
Like, we can definitely have our random event, it's just our one that's worth something is going to be... Oh, well, actually, I mean, our random events can be practice for the actual one.
Exactly.
Players will join that just to get practice in.
Yep.
So
I think that makes a lot of sense, and it's kind of fun for the players too. So, people like Soccer and Sunny and like other people, like, what are you thinking about something like that? Like, if we were to hold like a monthly competition, there would be a small monetary reward, and it would be somewhat like Minecraft Champions, in a way where it'd be a variety of games, and you'd rack up, points for your team. We would kind of figure it out, but it would be something with a monetary reward. And it would be something that if you wanted to participate in, you would have to get Network Sapphire, which you would get by completing quests. That requires you to spend a portion of time on the server. Yeah. There you go.
I think to actually get any of this to work, I think we have to work backwards. I don't think we can work We've tried working forwards for years now. I think we need to work backwards in terms of our setup of this. So I think our first thing that we in order to actually get all this started, I don't think we can start make the quests, then get the reward, then set up the events, and then do this. I think we need to work backwards, and then once we're to the start, that's when we actually release it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you guys feel about that, but so the first thing would be figuring out the reward for the final event. Second thing, figuring out what the final event will be. Then the third thing would be practice events up to that. Then we talk about the Network Sapphire. Then we talk about the quest to get the Network Sapphire. But obviously that's a topic for a different meeting to actually get all that straightened out. But if that's something we want to pursue, then we can definitely bring that up now. A lot of talking, sorry.
It's all good. Yeah, I think...
What is your...
Oh, you can go.
So, what is your idea, Medic? And you said, 10 seconds ago?
Well,
I missed that.
I like Martin's idea of having, that we have an event that has it, you have to have playtime to get Network Sapphires to then be able to get a ticket into our monthly event. That this monthly event has a actual reward, monetary reward, a gift card of some kind, or just PayPal of some kind. And then but in terms of setting this up, we need to work backwards, not forwards, because we've tried working forwards way too many times. We just start with the end product and then make our way back from there.
Hmm.
I think the idea is really exciting, thinking about it.
And really, $10 a month is not, for what we're already paying, I'll do the $10 myself if that's our monetary reward.
Okay, so Taz said something like 2 months ago or 1 month ago. So Taz said that players feels that there should be more games on SouthHollow,
And that's, I guess, where you could say the championship or competition would come in, because we would be playing a variety of games, potentially ones that would not be standalone games, that wouldn't make sense. For example, we bought that Spleef plugin. Are we going to make a dedicated Spleef server? Probably not, but could we incorporate it in the competition? Yeah, we could.
So you want to make a MCC?
Yeah, I mean, something like that makes sense to me.
Yeah, but that will take time to code and stuff.
We don't have to make it advanced. Our first couple ones aren't going to be top of the line.
Mm.
It would really be a proof of concept, probably. And kind of as we experiment with it, we'll make it better over time.
Okay. I would like to see like a Squid Game, but okay.
Oh boy. I still don't know what that... I kind of know what it's about, but...
You still don't know what?
I still just have not, like, seen, like, an episode of the show. I've only seen, like, that clip.
I finally watched it, like, last week, although I want to say I started on episode, like, 5. So I started when they actually started the first competition, I think, which is several episodes in.
That's not, no. That's not true. What the?
Zigafied's online. Should I tell him to join?
I started at the red light, green light.
No. Wait, what?
So that might not be the first one. I'm not sure.
That's the first episode.
Yeah, Squid Game starts with red light, green light.
Like that. So how am I so confused with this? I don't know.
It was red light, green light.
I thought that was like a couple episodes in. I might have been completely exhausted when I saw it and I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, probably. Ziga feed. Ziga.
Ziga feed.
Ziga feed. Ziga
I'm
feed.
successfully trying to load Minecraft right now. It's not working. It's crashing.
Gotta love when the Minecraft launcher crashes.
So it went red light, green light, honeycomb, lights out,
The best. Oh no.
tug of war, marbles,
Tug of war, marbles thing.
Glass
Squid
panes.
Game, or Glass
You're
Bridge,
forgetting
Squid
glass
Game.
panes.
Glass Bridge is the best one.
I mean that was.
The
Glass
marbles one
Bridge.
made me sad. The marbles one made me so sad.
Honestly, Glass Bridge like made me think that they ran out of ideas for children's game because I don't remember playing that as a child. Like I was little.
Not my boy Ali.
I mean, I think they were trying to go for the hopscotch vibe, but.
Anyways.
Okay. So I don't think there's more topics.
Have we reached the end?
Guys, still
I
here?
know.
Are we gonna go back to like the first two things that we skipped because Guy wasn't here, like about the survival reset and all that other stuff?
Oh yeah.
I think guys at the party.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll save that for next time.
Guy.
Hi.
And then the network documentation.
We call upon you.
Would just be making sure everyone has document stuff.
I think that like survival economy will always be broken, you know, because of the, as Medic said, like some players play too much.
It's completely doomed without a reset.
Yeah.
Because you can't make big changes to the economy while people have a bunch of money. Because then that just means the money they have is worth a lot of money, and the people who are rich can do whatever they want, and the people who have no money literally just can't get money.
Yeah,
We just
but
need to come up with a
I don't
physical
know.
currency that I can secretly inflate to where it has no value, like the U.S. government.
there just needs to be more ways for the average player to get money and fast.
I don't know, I think money plugins always suck. Like, money always sucks at the risk, because, like, the jobs plugin is just boring grinding, and, like, this is dead.
Yeah, true. I mean, I have been grinding with like killing like skeletons and spiders, which are the things that give you money right now in survival.
You're
And
muted, by the way, if you didn't know.
it's been giving me a lot of money. But I have to grind for like hours on end, so it's not really that great.
Okay.
There's one thing on the entire auction.
Really?
That's it. The auction house has been dead.
Yeah, the auction
For
house.
some reason. Okay,
Well,
Taz,
11
what-
days ago when I was on SouthHollow last, it was not dead.
It's been
It's
dead
been
like
dead.
the past.
Okay, so
It's been dead
Taz,
for a month.
What do you think
That was a
the
good point.
auction house is dead?
The auction house is dead because nobody has money, and then the things that are being sold kind of aren't actually selling because, again, nobody has money, and they're like putting it on for like really high prices because people need money. It's this whole circle, and it's just not working out.
Soccer said people found out you can't make money off it.
Exactly.
And also there's like the glitch stuff that
Yep.
you when
Yeah,
you're
and
offline.
the
There's
offline money, yeah, that's also given like a big hit to the economy because I feel like most of the items that are bought offline, and so that money is just going to waste.
But I don't think they all find out about it. I don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't think
I
everybody's
think
kind of.
they're just poor. They're just poor. So basically, survival economy is dead. Basically,
Yeah.
and
I hope we're able
also
to find a solution for the next reset, since currently I don't know how it's gonna go if we do a reset, because then everybody will be broke.
Yeah, at the beginning of the month, I sent a picture that said the auction house was dead. So yeah, it's been dead for a while.
Like right now,
honest,
people are broke, but like if we make everybody broke, then I really don't think we're gonna have a chance of reviving it.
honestly, I don't see the problem with the voting to get money. You know, I don't see the problem.
And currently, the only real way of getting a lot of money fast is just grinding for hours and killing mobs. And then maybe mining, but I don't think that's really that profitable. You have to like mine for like hours on end. Again, like I had to mine like an entire I had to mine like iron for like 6 beacons last time I mined, and I only got like $3,000. It really was not that good at getting me a lot of money.
Oh yeah, there's no chance you're gonna be able to beat me on survival in terms of money unless you grind for literally like days on end.
Well, I mean, I'm number 2 on Battletop right now. I was at 14k, now I'm at like 32k.
It's still like 20k away from me though.
Yeah. But I got that in like 3 days.
I've made like 250k. This is not okay.
Okay, moving on.
What's next?
I
Looks
don't
like
know.
you've covered everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think that
Oh, I'm an admin now.
I think that Toll could look up to make the server SEO better. You know,
Nope.
on those websites.
Well,
Why not?
actually, in some ways, I do agree with you, but that's not what we're working about. SEO is search engine optimization unit. It's basically like, how can we, if somebody typed natural disasters Minecraft, how can we make sure that our server is at the top of the list?
On those servers' website, on
Those websites are stupid.
they're oh my god,
There's a reason
Gustavo,
nobody
if you're
uses
looking for a
voting.
natural disaster server, are you
everyone
more
uses
likely-
voting.
No, Gustavo, if you're looking for a natural disaster server, are you more likely to search Google for Minecraft natural disaster server or go onto a server website and look up natural disasters?
Like, if I were to do it, I would just search on YouTube.
Exactly.
And
And if they're gonna find my videos, they're gonna find popular MMOs, they're gonna find that Swedish guy, they're gonna find maybe you know?
But at the same time, Green's
Well, I'd like to
natural
point out when
disaster
you
will be on top too.
that if you Google natural disaster server, it's gonna bring you to Minecraft forums. But yeah,
Yeah. Well,
it's like a fights post.
from looking through Google, I found this server from looking through Google after searching natural disaster. It was like the 5th, I think, like thing. Like it was like the first like actual server that was up to be like featured on Google. Like it was like first featuring like Green server and other stuff, but like it was like the first. Like I think we're pretty fine since it was the first server to be up, and like I've seen, like other people have like asked like how like people have found SouthHollow, and like I've asked it as well, and there's like been a good majority that have found it from searching on Google.
I just looked it up. I literally just looked up natural disaster survival Minecraft, and the first thing was Zigaphide's forum post after a couple of
Yep.
YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said.
Okay, but can't it be like, I bet like lots of people still use those websites. Like, you
There's
have
a good
Google,
few, but
but
like
can't you have
a
more?
majority of people just Google.
Okay, it's okay if people want to use the websites. It's just we are not. Our issue is I think the primary point of contention here is that the people that have the permission and skills necessary to set it up, we've been dealing with this for years, and we all hate it. So I think the point is like if once you get those skills, Gustavo, if that's something that you want to go after, that would be okay. But Guy, myself, Martin, Toe, and everyone else that's had to deal with voting, we are done with it. We're not going to waste more time on it.
It is very ineffective. I want to tell you 2 stories. Okay, 2 stories. When I first posted Vexel Games, actually, no, here's a better story. When I used to play in a server called Gold Rush MC, that is actually, when it shut down, that is what made me want to start my own server. And that's how Ender Galaxy, that crazy thing, became a thing. Okay. But on Gold Rush, I was decently close to the owner, Envy. He was a pretty good guy, and he actually used or integrated voting into the server quite a lot. And he also paid to have his server promoted on those websites. And do you want to know what he told me? So what he told me is that he spent $500 for Gold Rush MC to be at one of the top spots in a few of those server listing websites. And he said that while he did get a few legitimate players, 80% were literally just people hacking. So for him, advertising or trying to utilize those lists were completely useless. Especially paying for them.
I guess more fun for the admins mods.
No.
Too bad.
You don't need more people trying to ruin the experience.
Okay, so Gustavo, the question is, so for like not paying anything, is it worth our trouble?
I don't mean paying stuff, and not like
Gustavo, the point is not paying. The point is that they put their server on the server list, and even with voting, your server gets ranked higher. But it's completely a screwy economy because you have to pay if you want your server to be at the top. Or you have to get like thousands and thousands of votes.
I don't mean getting at the top. I mean being searchable on those websites. Like search natural disasters and find SouthHollow. Simple.
That's something, again, like I think that people can find us easy enough. Our issue, like I said, and I keep saying, we should not focus on trying to get people to join SouthHollow. We need to focus on getting people to stay on SouthHollow. After we get player retention, I would say like 60% or higher, then we can go back to that conversation. But we do not need, more people to kind of come and then leak out of the bucket. Does that make sense?
So now that Gustavo is admin, would it be reasonable to say that if that's something he wants to tackle, he can do that?
Kind of no, because we're not doing that. We already decided a long time ago we're not doing voting, and that's kind of that. However, Gustavo, I know that what you're saying is a bit different. What you want to do is you want to have it SEO, so you want to start editing those pages, start putting those different titles and tags into those pages so it ranks higher. Is that what you mean?
I don't need that to rank higher, Martin. I need that to
No, I mean in the search engine for Google when it's
There's
indexing
not
those
many-
sites.
There's not many natural disaster servers.
Okay, all Gustavo is saying is he wants it to come up when you search on a server website, which one, they mostly already do, and two, barely anyone uses server websites because we're the first result on Google. So.
I have never used a server website in my life.
I do. Didn't I did.
Gustavo, I'm sorry to
Those-
say, but it's a non-issue at this point.
Can I burst something out real quick? So, having been a co-owner of another server, we got most of our new players from those server websites, and we got barely any, which is another reason why the server just shut down entirely. We got barely any from those websites, and the ones that we did get ended up being either toxic or hackers.
Yeah,
And
there you
again, like how Martin said, most of the people who come from those websites are just looking to cause trouble.
I know, but that's a different case. Like, those people don't like. Oh, I want to hack on a server. Oh, natural disasters. They won't not think about that. You know, they will hack on any server, like survival.
Gustavo, you want to
server.
know what's really funny? The reason I went on Gold Rush, like I actually searched, like went back like to a lot of pages to find the Gold Rush server. I literally joined that server initially to hack on it, just because I want to test out a client. So, I don't know how that. I think that it's just comedy. Then I actually liked it, and then I stopped. Obviously, like undid the client, and then actually played legit, and then made a few videos in the server, and then got close with the owner, and then it shut down. So.
Okay, so Martin, okay, so how are you gonna focus on keeping people? What's the plan?
Exactly, we need to develop those ideas. But right
Not
now, like I
voted.
said, the questing system is the thing we really, I think, has the most potential to get people coming back.
Quest system, like staying like
Like
staying
daily,
server for hours.
or monthly, whatever type of quests that you can go on. Like play 5 natural disasters games, kill 15 players in NDS, or win a few games of TNT Run. You know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if we had like build, for example, if we somehow got like, custom blocks or something, like let's say this for like a monthly unlock 3 custom blocks.
This is a little bit off topic. I'm sorry, but I'd like to ask Baz. If you take a look at my screen share,
Mm-hmm.
what is what is this?
Oh, my mom. Oh, Deadly's P. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Baz, what have you been doing with those ender pearls?
I don't know how that. What? I just used a sword. I'm confused.
Wait, no, it's because look, he killed himself using an ender pearl.
Oh. Oh yeah, that was the last death that I had. I killed myself using an ender pearl.
Okay, where am I?
I was
Okay,
very
so-
concerned about that.
No.
Okay, so Martin, the problem is that you don't want to advertise. So
We're not looking for mass advertisement because we need to be able to retain people first. Do you understand?
So when the new survival starts, like it's gonna start good and like die with time.
That's
because
something
there's
for
no
Guy
repairs.
to do. My big
I think
thing
it's
right
for
now
every server. I think it's for every server.
But do you understand what I mean when I say that the issue is not people fighting the server, it's the issue of people like staying and coming back repeatedly.
Yeah, because if we get enough people in the server, we can maybe get some bigger YouTubers to also help promote the server as well. Because I was also before I did server owning on that other server, we originally came from a server with that a big YouTuber used to have. I don't know, he was called Bumpkin. I don't watch him anymore. But I came from that server. I used to be a helper on there, and he only promoted the server twice. Yet we still were able to get a good a player base in before it shut down. Like, so just a 1 or 2 promotions from a big YouTuber could really benefit the server, in lots of ways.
I guess that's what happened in the Swedish YouTuber, you know, that play on SouthHollow.
It's sure. See if you had one of.
And then we're still getting a lot of traffic from popular MMOs, so I mean,
We had 1,000 people join in the last month.
just look at the comments on the videos. Look at how recent they are. People are still joining from them.
But as you said, you need people to stay, right?
Yeah, the issue is people staying, and once we get it to where people can stay, then we should start improving the advertisement. Like, Gustavo, do you understand the analogy that I said earlier, where I said that SouthHollow is like a bucket with a hole, and the water, let's say, is the players. Okay, if player retention kind of is the hole, we don't want to try and get more people in because they're just gonna fall out. You know, the water's gonna fall out. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like, does it make sense?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Don't sound too confident with that, but okay. We want to be able to bring people on. If we want to do mass advertisement, we want to be able to bring people on when we can actually keep them on, not when we're going to lose them. That's the point. That's the point.
Okay. So Martin, for each server, what do you think like should be done? Like TNT runs getting like single player mode. Like what can be done like for other servers?
I honestly feel like that's a conversation for another time, just because it's so late.
Okay.
I think
this has gone on a bit.
I think we've talked about a lot of things, and we're definitely in the right direction. Like, we've had some good discussions, and I think it's been really good. But we do definitely need to kind of pick some of this up another time. Because it is a school night.
Okay, so
agony suffering.
What?
You just said agony suffering.
Ah, okay.
So I think that just about concludes everything, unless anybody has anything else to say.
I can finally see test for VC.
All right, is that it? Is that it, everybody?
I guess since it's late.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this has been good enough.
Yeah, I think we're definitely in the right direction, and I'm content with this meeting. How about everybody else?
I'm very content with it.
I'm good.
Alrighty, stopping the recording right here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm assuming Hartzu, Blapis, other people who can be here, I know you're watching.